And welcome back, COSA 25 folks. Professor Almeida here. Happy Wednesday afternoon, everyone. I wanted to get this video out early because we're going to be using GMetrix practice software starting with week 9. Coming up, I want to share with you the game plan for weeks 9 and 10 starting on Monday, November 17th, which includes using GMetrix practice software. Now, if you've already finished up with chapters 6 and 7, GMetrix will give you something to do while you wait for the week 9 and 10 modules to open up. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get right to it here. And by the way, you can message me in the Canvas inbox if you have questions. Earlier today, I sent out reminders and concerns with regard to current assignments with chapters 6 and 7. But enough about that. Let's look at weeks 9 and 10 here. Again, these two modules will open up starting on Monday, November 17th. But for the time being, if you want to get a head start with GMetrix, you can go to gmetrix.net and create a free account. Now, I want to go back to the week 9 module here. Take a look at the overview page for some important information on how to use GMetrix. I've included a video as background, but I'm going to quickly take you through what you're going to be doing with the GMetrix software. Now, of course, you still have your SimNet assignments. Chapter 8 is on integrating applications. So as usual, you have your training sim, guided, and independent projects, but the bulk of this video is going to be spent with GMetrix. And if you look ahead to week 10, which also opens on Monday the 17th, you'll see chapter 9 on designing and managing databases and using SQL. Again, SimBook, guided, and independent project, along with a GMetrix assignment. So you're going to create a free account at gmetrix.net, and then you're going to redeem the access code. You can find this on the homepage of our COSA 25 class. You could just copy the code and paste it right into this box. You will also need to download GMetrix SMS to your Windows PC. Now, as a matter of fact, I have my Windows PC right here. So you can see there's GMetrix SMS installed. So be sure to do that, because you'll need GMetrix SMS in order to take the practice exams. So once you've redeemed the code, you downloaded GMetrix SMS, you'll head on down to Microsoft Office 2019, MO-500 Access Expert 2019. Now, let's take a look at the Skill Review 1 assignment here. You can pause the video to read the instructions. Now, in the meantime, while you wait for the module to open, you can go ahead and get started practicing in GMetrix. Now, let me switch on over to my Windows machine here. So again, you have MO-500. And let me refresh this page so that we can see the practice exams. So you'll see that there's one practice exam. You'll be doing this later on in week 11 with practice exam 1. But for now, we're going to go to the quizzes category, and you'll see there's skill review 1, which you'll be working on in week 9, or if you want to, you can work on it right now. You also have skill review 2. When you're ready, go ahead and click on start. Now, going back to the assignment instructions here, you'll be practicing for the MOS in GMetrix. And again, if you haven't done so, be sure to register your free account in gmetrix.net and use the provided access code that's on our class homepage. GMetrix replicates the MOS exam, which is very similar to the Office grader projects you have been completing in this class. Now, with the real MOS, you will typically complete several small projects within a 50-minute time limit. In GMetrix, you have 7 projects in total, and as you'll see with the practice exam later on, it will closely resemble the MOS. But for now, we're going to be working on the skill review exams, which are a bit different from what you see in my using GMetrix video. So for this assignment, you're going to take the Access Expert 2019 Skill Review 1 exam in training mode. Now in training mode, you are not timed for 50 minutes, and it gives you a chance to practice through the concepts you can expect to see in the actual MOS exam. You may test as many times as you like until you pass. A passing score is 700 or better, and you'll receive full credit as long as it's 700 or higher. Doesn't matter if it's 700, 850, or 1,000, you'll get full credit on this assignment. And let me show you how this works. So what you want to do here is switch over to training mode. Remember, with training mode, there is no time limit. And again, passing is 700 out of 1,000. I'll go ahead and launch the test. We'll check this box here. And now it's going to launch GMetrix SMS. So at this point, I'm going to go ahead and pause this video, and we'll be right back. Okay, and we're back. Let me switch on over here. Click Start to download your test resources, and then click Continue. And now you'll see the exam launch. And again, I'm going to go ahead and pause this video, and you'll see how this skill review exam works. All right, so this is skill review 1. This is what the environment looks like, and I've had a chance to go through this exam on campus in a COS classroom. It's pretty much going to be the same deal if you're doing this on campus in the COS computer lab. You're definitely going to have to click on Enable Content to start, and then you're going to go through the task. In the Add Customers form, arrange the customer ID, customer name, and sales rep ID controls to be aligned to the left. Now, if you're not sure on what to do, or if you forgot how to go into design view with the form, you can click on Show Help, and it will reveal step-by-step instructions. Now, you have a couple of other options here. You can skip this question and go on to the next thing. You can move back and forth. You can also bring up this menu, which will allow you to do things such as save your exam and then come back to it later. This is going to come in handy if you start running into issues. And I can guarantee if you are working on campus, chances are you're going to run into issues, because this exam is meant for Office 2019, and we're using newer versions of Access. On my computer here, this is 365, which is more or less Office 2024. So let me quickly go through this task just to show you how it works. Okay, and I'll just leave the step-by-step instructions here. So we're going to take a look at the Add Customers form here. I'll right-click, go into Design View. And by the way, if you need to, maximize your window so you have plenty of real estate. Don't be like me here, but again, this is just for the sake of a demonstration. Okay, so in the detail section, they want you to select the customer ID, customer name, and sales rep control boxes. Okay, and then in the Arrange tab, go to the Sizing and Ordering group. You can see it looks like this. And then go to Align and select Left. Once you have done that, you can go ahead and grade the question. So let me get out of this menu real quick here. So once you're done, when you're ready to grade, you can click on Navigate to the next question. And there you go. You can see that it was done correctly. You can choose to try again. One tip here, if you find yourself having to go back and retry a task, or maybe it's just taking up too much time, I would just skip it and move on to the next question. Again, your goal here is to earn a 700 or better. Basically just pass the exam in training mode, right? Don't worry about trying to go for 1,000, because I can tell you from experience that there are some technical issues with the exam, and you may or may not hit 1,000. Okay, it's just basically for bragging rights. But for this assignment, you want to make sure that you hit a 700 or better. So what I'm going to do here, I'll go ahead and quit out of this exam. And let's say you're running into issues. Maybe there are errors popping up, something having to do with contacting your administrator. Maybe you'll get that kind of error. What you can do is quit out of the exam and then relaunch it. So if you choose Save Test, it's going to generate a new browser tab in GMetrix. And again, if it's some kind of technical issue, you could just go back and resume the test, and hopefully that should clear up any issues. Now, let's say that you have finished the exam and you're ready to turn in the score report. Let me show you how that is done. To turn in your score reports, go back to the exam here. So here we are, MO-500, and you'll see this 3-dot menu next to your exam. So this is skill review 1. I'm going to choose score report. That's going to bring up my score report. And what you're going to do here is you're going to click this print button to the right of your score. Again, don't worry if it's not 1,000. You just need to pass this exam. So you'll click on this print button. Please do not take screenshots because I need to see your name, the date you finished it, along with your score. And you can see that your name is not displayed here. So here's what you do. Click the print button. And you'll see the print preview. See there's your name, there's the exam, there's the score, and along with the timestamp. I've provided a sample score report in the assignment instructions. And what you're going to do is switch the printer to Save as PDF. Okay, you're going to choose Save as PDF. If you are using Edge or Chrome, you'll have this option. If you're using some other browser, maybe there's Microsoft Print to PDF or some other PDF option that you want to choose. Okay, so you're going to click Save, and you're going to be asked where to save your printout. Just save it where you're going to find it. And then once that's done, you're going to go back into Canvas, and you'll see a big red Start Assignment button. And once you click on that, you'll see a place where you can drag and drop your score report. Here's the rubric. As long as you earn a 700 or better and you get this score report turned in by the due date, you'll earn full credit. Now, let's say you don't pass the exam. Again, you can retake the exam as many times as you want. And if you don't pass, upload your score report anyway. You can keep resubmitting until you pass, at least up until the due date. Okay, so again, here's the rubric. So let's say you don't end up passing. Your points are going to be determined by dividing your score by 700. So for example, if you earned a 644, it's going to be divided by 700 and you'll earn 92 points. Please make sure you follow these instructions carefully and double check to make sure that you're turning in the correct assignment. So for skill review 1, you're turning in your skill review 1 results. And then in week 10 for skill review 2, you're going to turn in your skill review 2 results. So I hope that this video has helped you out. Good luck with your GMetrix prep. I'm going to create a separate announcement regarding the MOS with information on where to go take it and what to do. And if you are interested in taking the MOS, make sure you create an account with Certiport. So you can go to certiport.com and then you'll create an account there and you'll use this account when you go to take the MOS. Anyway, that's all I have. Thank you for watching. Good luck, and I'll see you around. Take care.